Thank you for joining us at Mitchell Field, the site of today's Nassau County Youth Football Under 13, or 13 and under rather, Youth Championship. I am Gavin Shull here with you on the Varsity Media Sports Network. It's the Mastic Linvets taking on the Massapequa Mustangs for the right to call themselves the best 13 and under team in all of Nassau County. We just watched Massapequa's 12 and under side fall to Belmore, so it's sure to fire up the 13 and under side for Massapequa to ensure that they don't go winless on the night. I don't say the weekend because the Massapequa Chiefs, the high school team, of course, knocked off Oceanside to win the Conference 1 title game Friday night. This matchup, the last of, I believe, 6 games on the day. It's been a thrilling full day of football here at Mitchell Field. As we get a look at the captains on both sides for Mastic, it is Josiah Lorey, in addition to Timothy Jackson Jr., Jeru Hall, Tyler Bailey, Evan Commodore, and, of course, Jaquan Thomas. For Massapequa, a little harder to see far side of the field, but we'll do our best. Anthony Petalino, in addition to Joe Brooks and Joseph Chabas, his younger brother we just saw in the last game. That's pretty cool.
The only people that are allowed
and
on the field are the coaches
Anthony Dinello.
And the players. Everyone else is off.
So we'll take a quick break on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Come back for the start of this one. Mastic against Massapequa to decide the best 13 and under team in Nassau County.
Over the middle, he's got a man. It's complete. Ciolino. See you later. Going long, wide open. Perazzi, he gets it. Perazzi, foot raise, 10, 5, make it. Touchdown. Punch, counter punch. The trickery, Ryder gets it back, goes over the top for Haberman. What a catch! Just Ross Simmons strips him, that's loose, and Ross Simmons is going to take this the other direction. Make it! Touchdown! Touchdown East!
Varsity Media is the tri-state area sports leader. We offer an array of services for any team, coach, player, athletic director, and parent. From game film to live streaming, we are available to cover your event anytime, any place. Looking for an enhanced experience? How about a professional broadcast with multiple camera angles, announcers, graphics, and instant replay? Need a highlight reel? We produce individual highlights for college recruiting and team highlight videos for end-of-season banquets. And when it comes to social media, nobody has you covered better than us. Hype videos, sideline highlights. We can tailor custom videos to make your team stand out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Why waste your time dealing with anyone else? When it comes to sports video, Varsity Media stands alone. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or online at varsitymedia.net.
Back to it on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Mastic versus Massapequa about to kick off. We've been anticipating it. We've been waiting for it. The big game on the night, the 13 and under matchup. These two teams stock full of talent. And just an arduous process to get here, having to fight through the best of all of Nassau County as the captains will jog on over, meet at midfield. The camaraderie on this youth level is just amazing. We were lucky enough to get emailed a write-up about some of the Mustangs players, and all these guys just have a real appreciation for the stage, a real appreciation for each other. That's certainly true for both teams. And it builds this camaraderie that you see these guys playing on the high school level every single weekend on the Varsity Media Sports Network, mind you, during football season. And they've already played together for so many years as Massapequa picks the side of the ball. And final handshakes, and then we'll get it rolling on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Massapequa against Mastic.
You are only allowed 5 coaches in the box. Everyone else needs to leave the box and go to the stands.
As it'll be Massapequa kicking off to Mastic. You love the enthusiasm for Mastic on the sideline, getting hyped up, getting ready. It's a whole lot of size on this Mastic team that Massapequa will have to contend with. What a great look. Fantastic job by our cameraman. This is the kind of angle that you don't typically get at a high school game, a little bit more buttoned up. But 13 and under, you really get a chance to, again, see the camaraderie, see the enthusiasm, see the hype. And sending it deep for the Chiefs will be Tyler Howard. And we are underway, 13 and under championship, our final game of the night. And diving on that ball was Francisco Bravo, so we'll get our initial look at this Mastic offense. It's fantastic Mastic offense. Maybe. I don't know if they actually say that about themselves. As they're going back into a deep huddle here. This is a Mastic side that sort of old-fashioned, I guess. They're not. I wonder if they're going to huddle after every play. But hey, at the start, why not? I don't believe there's a play clock in youth football, so you can really take your time. I'm sure there is a limit. Timothy Jackson Jr., certainly a guy to watch on that offensive line. A lot of size, power, and force, a high stance. Now he gets down. And a toss wide side to Jaquan Thomas. Jaquan Thomas picking his way through traffic. Trucking defenders. Jaquan Thomas will not be stopped. A nearly 70-yard run to open this 13 and under championship. Can you say beast mode? Massapequa did not have a chance. Look at this from Thomas, breaking tackle after tackle. Stiff arm, another one, not going down. Doing his best impersonation of another Long Island legend in Jerome Bettis. That's the way you want to start this football game if you're Mastic. Too big and too strong on that first play. We'll see what the response is from Massapequa. So it looks like Mastic going to go for the 1-point conversion instead of the 2-point conversion. Toss to, you know who it is, Jaquan Thomas. Easy money on the 1-point conversion. So a 7-0 lead for Mastic over Massapequa. We'll take a break on the NFA or on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Jaquan Thomas, that was easy.
Parents and athletes, why leave your college career in the hands of amateurs? Varsity Media produces professional college recruiting videos that you can use to help land a spot on the team. Our highlight reels have proven to save thousands of dollars in college tuition. You've worked hard and put the effort into your high school athletic career. Don't take any chances when it comes to your future. Varsity Media has been producing college recruiting videos since 2010. We understand what college coaches are looking for, and our attention.
And a look at that run again, Jaquan Thomas. I said it before, I'll say it again. Jerome Bettis-esque, just rumbling through traffic. Massapequa did not have a second, showing off the power, showing off the speed, showing off the stiff arm, the full package for Jaquan Thomas. And he picked up the 1-point conversion to boot. So kickoff underway from Sean Powers. Will be taken deep by the Mustangs. Maneuvering and looking for space was Andrew Pedalino. Picks up just a couple of yards on the return. And the ball popped out and was seemingly picked up by Sean Powers. Did the officials have him down? Let's take another look. Pedalino working? No, he was certainly still on his feet. So that'll be Mastic football with fantastic position and a disastrous start for Massapequa in this 13 and under championship. All Mastic through the opening, I want to say more time, but it's the opening 22 seconds of this game. Jogging on for Mastic is Evan Commodore. Timeout taken by the Mastic sideline. Aiden Williams walks off. Madison Merle, Evan Commodore. And let's take a look at the Mastic starting lineup in just a sec. Or, sorry, for the Massapequa defense when we get a chance. And a dive goes nowhere for Josiah Lore. Tackle on the play by Peter Konstantinakos. And here we go, the Massapequa defense. Joseph Chabas, Kyle Hayes, Shane Adey, Tyler Howard, Nolan Weichzerek, Tristan Tarasi, Anthony Dinello, Ethan Kaminsky, Joseph Brooks, and Peter Konstantinakos, in addition to Andrew Pedalino at the cornerback spot. So Massapequa's side that again has had a fantastic season, but perhaps running into a buzzsaw in this with this Mastic team. And let's see what Massapequa's response is. 7-0 lead for Mastic. Toss is to Thomas. Thomas again shaking defenders. Thomas, some power. Thomas working his way down the sideline. Finally pushed out at the 12. But Jaquan Thomas looks like an unstoppable force. Has touched the ball 3 times, has a touchdown, has a 1-point conversion, and now a first down just to round out his running bingo card. And look at this from Thomas. 1 broken tackle, 2 spinning out of that, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the 7th guy finally pushes Jaquan Thomas out. And it'll be a first down, but a timeout taken by Mastic. And we'll take a break on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Be back in just a sec. Mastic looking to add a second score with 8:31 to go in the first quarter. Oh, sure. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Yeah, no, I wasn't like criticizing anyone. I mean, it's hard when this guy's breaking 7 tackles. I don't know what you want me to say. Yeah. What? They made a great effort. Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
Arjulo over the middle. He's got a man. It's complete. Ciolino. See you later. Going long. Wide open. Perazi. He gets it. Perazi. Foot raise. 10, 5. Make it. Touchdown. Punch. Counter punch. The trickery. Ryder gets it back. Goes over the top for Haberman. What a catch! This Ross Simmons strips him. That's loose. And Ross Simmons is going to take this the other direction. Make it. Touchdown. Touchdown East.
7-0, and a give again to Thomas, and a fantastic stop for Massapequa, speeding into the backfield. It was Tristan Tarasi, and he had some help from Andrew Pedalino as the Mustangs find an answer for Jaquan Thomas, at least on that play. And it's a good stop for Massapequa. It was just psychologically. They needed to know that they could bring Thomas to the ground, and I think it helped that they got in early before Thomas could build up some momentum, so perhaps a strategy going forward for this 13 and under side on Massapequa. We watched the 12 and under team put up a great fight against Belmore before ultimately giving up the final 2 scores in that game. Belmore wrapped up a 30-14 victory to claim an under 12 crown. Evan Commodore rolling left under pressure. Commodore now arcing a pass high up, and nearly a one-handed pick for Joe Brooks. That would have been nuts. But either way, Massapequa stepping up defensively. Commodore, good job just getting that ball off, and Brooks, pure athleticism on the PBU. So now 3rd and 9 for Mastic. Will likely be 4-down territory given the positioning of the ball, and because every drive is 4-down territory in youth football. Maybe there's a team out there with a great young field goal kicker. The next Dave Ettinger. So with 7:23 to go in this first quarter, Mastic really like these long huddles. Kind of old school football. Josiah Lohr behind center. And give to Francisco Bravo, trying to hit the perimeter. And he's dragged down by Tyler Howard. A flag popped up late. Might have been an offensive face mask on that stiff arm. We will await official word. But either way, great job by Howard getting out to the perimeter and then holding on for dear life against Bravo. So we'll await that flag. It looks like the football being popped back, so looks like a hold as the ball, or rather face mask as the ball goes all the way back to the 25. So it'll be 3rd and very long for Mastic. Almost surprised, though, given the down and distance, that Massapequa decided to accept that penalty. So now you might get 2 doses of Jaquan Thomas instead of 1. So quick play run by Mastic, trying to hit the perimeter is Aces Wallace, and stood up by Andrew Pedalino. As the perimeter run game not working for Mastic, Massapequa all over it. So set up a 4th and very long. Let's take another look. And the angle was just picture perfect that time by Petalino. Anticipating where the ball was heading, and then a near perfect form tackle. As the first quarter continues to wind down, it'll be a 4th and 20 for Mastic. Mastic rushes to the line. Similar offense to what we saw from Belmore, that single wing. And they get the ball to Jaquan Thomas. Massapequa going to come in waves, and the gang tackling able to subsume Jaquan Thomas. Peter Konstantinakos amongst a number of Mustangs getting to the ball. And Massapequa will take over offensively with 5:37 to go in the opening quarter of this 13 and under championship here in Nassau County. You see it, Thomas has a bit of an arm as well. Great throw over to the sideline. So we get our initial look at the Massapequa offense as the Mustangs, of course, did not get an opening drive after that fumble. So let's take a look at the starters for Massapequa after this first play. Or at some point in the drive. There's no rush. We know they're out there. They'll still be out there. And maybe too quick of a start, a false start, presumably, against Massapequa. So now the starters for the Mustangs. Joseph Chabas at left tackle, Ethan Kaminsky at left guard, Jared Ortiz at center, Nolan Weichzerek at right guard, Alan Van Schuyler, Ryan O'Connor, Anthony Danello, Joseph Brooks, Tristan Tarasi, Nicholas Malello, Cole Villalta at wide receiver. You tell we were running out of time, so we'll get to everyone's position a little bit later. And now a run that is stymied in the backfield on the carry. It was Joe Brooks, and some early penetration for Mastic stemmed the Mustang tide on that carry. So 2nd and 15 for the Mustangs. Toss going the other way, and look at that pursuit. Aiden Williams on the tackle, nowhere to go for Joe Brooks. Brooks a whole lot of speed, though. He's a guy, when he has the opportunity, can be really, really dangerous for Massapequa. So 3rd and 20. Trying to get to the outside is Brooks, and he gets taken down. This time by Aces Wallace. Brooks, one of the team captains, a dedicated football, a big believer in teamwork, according to his coaching staff. So Massapequa, will this be the first punt we've seen in this game or the 12 and under game? Looks like we're getting a punt. Very exciting prospect. You do not see a lot of punts in youth football. 4th and 21 on the docket. And to send it for the Mustangs is Tristan Tarasi. On the bounce, the ball's taken by Sean Powers. Powers tripped up and shoved out of bounds. A combination on the tackle between Kyle Hayes and Nolan Weichzerek.
Everyone who's on the track, please go off the track.
So no one allowed on the track as Mastic looks to tack on a second score.
Kids playing on the track need to get
with
off
3:43 to go in the first quarter. And we get a look at the kids, the Massapequa youth, hoping to one day be in this game. Practicing, getting some time in. Can never have too many reps, even if you're not supposed to be on the track. And now another stoppage, a timeout for Mastic. Apparently the previous stoppage wasn't enough. So we'll take a break on the Varsity Media Sports Network. 7-0 Mastic when we come back.
Parents and athletes, why leave your college career in the hands of amateurs? Varsity Media produces professional college recruiting videos that you can use to help land a spot on the team. Our highlight reels have proven to save thousands of dollars in college tuition. You've worked hard and put the effort into your high school athletic career. Don't take any chances when it comes to your future. Varsity Media has been producing college recruiting videos since 2010. We understand what
So 1st and 10 for Mastic after the extended break. Kids on the track, a long huddle, a timeout. But we're finally about to get some football here in the Varsity Media Sports Network. It was a great stand defensively last time for Massapequa. The Mustangs did a great job swarming to the ball. A give to Sean Powers. Powers hitting the perimeter. Powers finding room down the sideline, tiptoeing it in. Sean Powers from 26 yards out. And Mastic extends the lead to 13-0.
Number 12, touchdown.
Massapequa did a good job forcing Powers to the perimeter, but Powers just picture-perfect footwork along the sideline, able to stay in and find the end zone. So you got to figure this is Jaquan Thomas time for Mastic. They look to tack on the 1-point conversion. Reminder, in youth football, what would normally be a 2-point conversion at the high school, college, or professional level is worth 1. What would normally be a 1 is a 2. Everything is backwards. Commodore rolling out, under pressure, pass lobbed up and completed to Aiden Williams. Massapequa did a good job applying pressure, but Williams breaking free regardless, and Commodore, nice composure to find him. So just like that, it is 14-0 Mastic. We will take a break on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Oh, sorry,
Varsity Media is the tri-state area sports leader. We offer an array of services for any team, coach, player, athletic director, and parent. From game film to live streaming, we are available to cover your event anytime, any place. Looking for an enhanced experience? How about a professional broadcast with multiple camera angles, announcers, graphics, and instant replay? Need a highlight reel? We produce individual highlights for college recruiting and team highlight videos for end-of-season banquets. And when it comes to social media, nobody has you covered better than us. Hype videos, sideline highlights. We can tailor custom videos to make your team stand out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Why waste your time dealing with anyone else? When it comes to sports video, Varsity Media stands alone. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or online at varsitymedia.net.
Back to it on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Massapequa football, as the return is taken on a run and a burst of speed from Nolan Wheezy Wigzoric. What a return for Wigzoric, and Massapequa in desperate need of some momentum, finding some.
First down on the 19.
So Wigzoric got it, and it was really well blocked, but Mastic left a big seam in the middle of the field, and Wigzoric jaunting right on through it. Again, they call him Wheezy, described as one of the silent killers on the team, one of the youngest players, but also one of the fiercest. So Massapequa in business, ball on the 20-yard line. We'll see if the Mustangs can find a response as they send Andrew Pedalino in motion. Pedalino cutting it up the field. Nice run. Well blocked by the Pequa offensive line. Saw Ethan Kaminsky, who's been part of the team for 4 seasons, really pushing his man down the field. As Pedalino jogs back on. 2nd and 4 for Massapequa. A lot of bodies near the line for Mastic. So quick throw out of the backfield, and spinning out of a tackle was Joe Brooks. And it'll be 3rd and about 5 for the Mustangs. Give up the middle to Joe Brooks, and he takes a hard hit on the tail end of that run. But the captain for Massapequa looked like he got just enough, or just short of the first down, rather. 4th and maybe 1 or 2. So Ryan O'Connor on the give. Power football, but not enough power. It was Anthony Danello on the carry, and he was tackled by, I believe, Dylan Martinez, or might have been Jaquan Thomas. Oh, so I'm sorry, it wasn't enough for first down yardage. A run outside. Joe Brooks chased down to the sideline.
Run by number 18.
And Brooks taken down by Timothy Jackson Jr.
Tackled by number 32.
Great penetration into the backfield by Jackson as this first quarter starts to wind down. It's been pretty slow moving. So shotgun snap. O'Connor had his pass blocked. David Gonzalez on the stop. And Massapequa will try and find an answer now on 3rd down. Or on 4th, excuse me. It'll be O'Connor looking end zone on this 4th and goal. And the official stopping play for a moment. And Anthony Kinsella jogging on. We apologize for any interruption. Seemingly lost power for a moment here at Mitchell Field. So man in motion for Massapequa. Big 4th and goal as they set up the screen. And it's well played as Joe Brooks looks for space, and, or rather, Kyle Hayes, but no, it was Joe Brooks. Not quite enough room along that sideline. So Mastic getting the big 4th down stop. A well-designed play by Massapequa, but Mastic, as they have been all night, all over it. So we'll see what the Mastic offense has in store. Massapequa, some fantastic moments defensively. Just have to continue to put it together against this talented Mastic offense. First and 10 from about the 19 for Mastic. Rolling right is Commodore. Quick pass out. And it was caught by Aiden Williams. Pushed out of bounds by Joe Brooks. And that'll mark the end of quarter number 1. A 14-0 lead for Mastic over Massapequa on the Varsity Media Sports Network. As we get a look at this replay. And great tackle by Brooks. So we'll take a break and join you for quarter number 2 next on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Parents and athletes, why leave your college career in the hands of amateurs? Varsity Media produces professional college recruiting videos that you can use to help land a spot on the team. Our highlight reels have proven to save thousands of dollars in college tuition. You've worked hard and put the effort into your high school athletic career. Don't take any chances when it comes to your future. Varsity Media has been producing college recruiting videos since 2010. We understand what college coaches are looking for, and our attention to detail on your highlights will separate your resume from others. Stand out from the crowd. We'll help showcase your talents. Contact Varsity Media today and order a college recruiting video.
So, Mastic football, as we welcome you back into Mitchell Field. It was all Linvets to open the game. 14-0 lead. A couple of fantastic runs from Jaquan Thomas. Another touchdown scored by Sean Powers. Massapequa led by Joe Brooks and Ryan O.C. O'Connor. Had some moments. And mishandling the snap is Commodore. Under immediate pressure, now the football's out. After a hard hit, Mastic dives on top of it. It was dislodged by Kyle Cardinal Hayes. Kyle Hayes described as a man of few words, but a deadly force, and we saw it on that hit. Let's take a look at that replay. So Commodore misses the snap, and then Hayes flies on in, knocks the football out. Fantastic awareness from Hayes, the hand-eye coordination to actually get a hand on that football. Just spectacular, and will force a very long third down conversion for Mastic. The opening minute of this second quarter. Commodore tackled and the ball out again. So a repeat, and who came up with it this time? Mastic again diving on the ball, but back-to-back fumbles for the Linvets on an offense that looked nearly unstoppable in the opening quarter. And you like to see that from Mastic as they're cheering up Evan Commodore after the second consecutive fumble. The hit on the play by Kyle Hayes. And a timeout taken, 4th and 18 for Mastic. So the coaching staff for Mastic wants to talk it over, or rather the Massapequa coaching staff wants to talk it over. We'll take a break with them on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Gargiulo over the middle. He's got a man. It's complete. Ciolino. See you later. Going long, wide open, Perazzi, he gets it, Perazzi, foot raise, 10, 5, make it, touchdown, punch, counter punch. The trickery, Ryder gets it back, goes over the top for Haberman, what a catch, just Ross Simmons strips him, that's loose, and Ross Simmons is going to take this the other direction, make it, touchdown, touchdown East.
So with 8:31 to go in the second, a pivotal play in the opening half of this game. Mastic has been completely dominant, but the last two plays have been all Massapequa as the Mustangs forced back-to-back fumbles to send Mastic at the precipice of their own goal line. A high snap, Jaquan Thomas catching it and running it. Was that a called play? I don't know, but a fantastic tackle by Peter Konstantinakos, or Thomas might have still been running, got him. So let's get another look at that play. Thomas was going to punt. The snap went over his head, almost looked like a trick play. Thomas smoothly taking the ball, running up the field, and Konstantinakos, that's how you tackle a bigger player, went straight for the left knee, but didn't really do so in a dangerous way. Didn't lead with the head, just using his shoulder to take down Thomas. And Massapequa takes over in plus territory. Direct snap to Dylan Martinez. Martinez, tag team on the tackle. So Massapequa looking to get within a score with just over 8 minutes remaining in this second quarter. Again, Gavin Shull here with you on the Varsity Media Sports Network. You're watching the Nassau County Youth Football 13 and under championship game. Another direct snap for the Mustangs, and rumbling on in on the precipice of goal is Anthony Dinello. Anthony has been a Mustang since he was 7 years old, so one of the longest tenured, one of the most dedicated players on the team. Plays all three sides of the ball, offense, defense, special teams. Loves his coaches, loves his teammates. Considers the team a family. So potentially a third straight run for Dinello. High snap, and Mastic taking advantage of it to cut through the traffic. It was David Gonzalez, the stop in the backfield. So Massapequa denied a score for the moment. Second and goal, Martinez. Running left side, Martinez cutting it back. Martinez goes down close to the 1. Third and goal for Massapequa as Madison Merle goes under, or rather, excuse me, Ryan O'Connor goes under center for the Mustangs. Pivotal third down, and a touchdown for Massapequa. Andrew Pedalino, the captain, known as the Silent Assassin, getting Massapequa back into this football game. Andrew plays safety, running back, and corner. Described by his coaching staff as a powerhouse, and you see that engine on the touchdown run. Quick burst of speed and got in nearly untouched. 2-point conversion attempt for Massapequa. Off the mark. So it remains 14-6 in favor of Mastic, but a flag on the play, so hold your horses. Maybe another try upcoming for the Mustangs. Again, Massapequa looking for their second county championship on the weekend, as the high school team, the Chiefs, knocked off Oceanside to win their second consecutive Conference 1 title in Nassau. The 12 and under team for the Mustangs tried to give the 13 and under side a shot at 3 championships on the weekend, unable to knock off Belmore though. But this 13 and under team is all of a sudden right back in this game. The penalty going against Mastic. So a re-kick a little bit shorter for Andrew Pedalino, who that's a rare sight on any level of football. The running back who gets the touchdown now gets the tack on his own extra points, I should say. As if you haven't heard, the kick is worth 2 on this level. What a fun twist. 6:15 until halftime. And we've seen Massapequa really pick it up defensively on that last drive again, knocking the ball twice out of the hands of Andrew Petalino. Snap is good, and the kick blocked. So Mastic holds once again. And we'll head to break on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Massapequa back within a score.
Varsity Media is the tri-state area sports leader. We offer an array of services for any team, coach, player, athletic director, and parent. From game film to live streaming, we are available to cover your event anytime, any place. Looking for an enhanced experience? How about a professional broadcast with multiple camera angles, announcers, graphics, and instant replay? Need a highlight reel? We produce individual highlights for college recruiting and team highlight videos for end-of-season banquets. And when it comes to social media, nobody has you covered better than us. Hype videos, sideline highlights. We can tailor custom videos to make your team stand out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Why waste your time dealing with anyone else? When it comes to sports video, Varsity Media stands alone. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or online at varsitymedia.net.
So Massapequa will kick off, and we'll get to see Jaquan Thomas in this Mastic offense that was shut down last time around. 2 forced fumbles, and then an extra point, or rather, a punt snap that went over the head of Jaquan Thomas. Thomas did a good job making something out of nothing, able to turn it up the field, but a fantastic tackle by Andrew Petalino stopped him from making up all 18 yards. And we'll see if Massapequa can replicate the feat defensively. The kick coming from Tyler Howard, who's new to the team this year, an amazing athlete, contributes wherever he is needed, and that is on kickoff at the moment as the kick dies just inside the 30, and Sean Powers will dive on top of the football. Mastic just a physically large football team. That has certainly been a big factor in this matchup, as a little bit bigger than Massapequa at almost every single position. Jaquan Thomas obviously a big part of that. But give Massapequa credit. They've adjusted to the size disadvantage. It seemed like it was a little jarring for the Mustangs in the opening possession or two, but tackling as a group and being opportunistic about how they use their speed, they've been able to generate a stop or two. Evan Commodore the toss. Jaquan Thomas right side. Breaks a tackle. Thomas breaking free. Jaquan Thomas right sideline. One man to beat. A juke. Breaks another tackle, and Thomas slowing down, maybe running out of juice a little bit, but still able to, or maybe stepped out of bounds a little bit before that. That makes more sense why he slowed down. So the football going way back. Did they say he stepped out significantly earlier? Was clearly still in. Or did I miss a flag on that play? Clearly there was some kind of penalty because ball coming all the way back. Yep, flag on the field. So sorry for the false hype for the Mastic fans. The Massapequa fans watching probably all breathing a big sigh of relief as this football gets pushed back approximately 78 yards from where Thomas had it at the end of that run. 1st and 15 at the 22, a hold, or was it a false start against Mastic? I'm surprised it's only a 5-yard penalty. Again, youth football is different. So with 5:54 left in the second quarter, Mastic will try and replicate the feat. Jaquan Thomas, though, has to be a little fatigued after that long run where he once again did his best Marshawn Lynch impersonation, just shaking tacklers over and over and over again. And a reverse to Ryan Powers, or Sean Powers rather. Sean Powers cutting up the field and now taken down. It was Andrew Petalino who got the initial hit, but nice work from Alex Van Schuyler to also contribute on the tackle. Alex is a fantastic public speaker, known for his outgoing and pleasant sense of humor. He works hard and takes pride in his offensive line and DL positions. A real leader. He's been part of the Mustangs since he was just 5 years old. Evan Commodore gets back to his huddle after talking to his coaching staff and a flag. Perhaps Mastic took too long there. So the ball pushed back another 5 yards as we've seen this Mastic side have moments of pure brilliance and now a couple of penalties. With 4:57 to go in quarter number 2. Clock starts up again. Second and 7, Commodore under center, and here goes Jaquan Thomas. Thomas, a burst of speed down the sideline, and he will outrun the Massapequa defense. Another touchdown for Jaquan Thomas. The amount of speed at Thomas's size, he's breathing a little heavy now, and it makes sense. Another incredible touchdown run. You hope Thomas is okay. Looked like he was limping a little bit. Let's get another look on that replay. Massapequa, fantastic pursuit, but Thomas, just a next level athlete, outrunning the entire defense. It's a good effort by Joe Brooks to try and chase him down, but just like that, 20-6 in favor of Mastic over Massapequa. So likely a 1-point conversion for Mastic, as they have not shown any interest in kicking as of yet. And that's worth noting. We saw Thomas looked like he was limping off a little bit. He is, to the best of my vision, not on the field for this play. So give left side. Well blocked for Mastic, and into the end zone for the 2-point conversion is Francisco Bravo. Nice run from Bravo. And Mastic goes up 21-6 over Massapequa on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Over the middle, he's got a man. It's complete. Ciolino. See you later. Going long, wide open for Rossi. He gets it. Rossi, foot raise, 10, 5, make it. Touchdown. Punch, counter punch. The Trickery Rider gets it back, goes over the top for Haberman. What a catch! This Ross Simmons strips him, that's loose, and Ross Simmons is going to take this the other direction. Make it! Touchdown! Touchdown East!
So back to it on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Massapequa football, the Jaquan Thomas show, continuing for Mastic. Another 70-plus yard touchdown run. The combination of size and speed, it's not just Massapequa, relatively unmatched at the 13 and under level. So Massapequa will try and find an answer coming off a touchdown run from Andrew Petalino. And the kick will be sent deep by Sean Powers. A righty blast taken on the run by Anthony Cancilla. Or rather, Petalino, Petalino past midfield. A fantastic return, the second straight. Great kickoff return for Massapequa. Let's take another look at it. Petalino on the run. Massapequa, nice wedge blocking. You look at that. It was Tristan Gronk Tarasi in there, a team captain, an absolute killer. Anthony Danello. They actually nicknamed Tristan Tarasi Gronk, and you get an idea why. He's been on the field since he was born. 2 older brothers, 1 younger. He's basically born with a football in his hand. An absolute tank of a player. And did a good job setting up Petalino for success there. 4:19 to go in the first half. Massapequa trying to get within a score. O'Connor looking to throw, dodging through traffic, lofts a pass, high arcing, and just over the outstretched hand of Peter Konstantinakos. Konstantinakos, his first year with the Mustangs, but he has been an asset since day one, committed and dedicated to the team. And he was, as everyone was on this Massapequa roster, extremely excited to get a chance to play in this championship game. And a high snap that O'Connor just had to fall on. Smart play by O'Connor. Didn't want to risk getting hit, and Mastic running away with that football. Best play O'Connor could have made in that situation, though it will now be 2nd and very long with the ball on the 43. Massapequa's own 43 and the first down marker on the Mastic 37. So 26 yards to go. And a pass thrown with no one in the vicinity for O'Connor. Mastic, great job applying pressure, led by David Gonzalez. So Massapequa will likely be forced to punt this football away unless they want to get really ambitious and go for it on 4th and very long. So 4th and 23. And it'll be sent away by Tristan Tarasi. And down by Matthew Benjamin. So that is where Mastic will take over. With 3:16 to go until the half, we'll take a quick break on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Parents and athletes, why leave your college career in the hands of amateurs? Varsity Media produces professional college recruiting videos that you can use to help land a spot on the team. Our highlight reels have proven to save thousands of dollars in college tuition. You've worked hard and put the effort into your high school athletic career. Don't take any chances when it comes to your future. Varsity Media has been producing college recruiting videos since 2010. We understand what college coaches are looking for, and our attention to detail on your highlights will separate your resume from others. Stand out from the crowd. We'll help showcase your talents. Contact Varsity Media today and order a college recruiting video.
Suffolk champ. So back to it. Mastic up 21-6, and again, this youth program a feeder for the William and Floyd High School, one of the powerhouses in Suffolk County. So this, in some ways, doubling as what you would normally see as a Conference 1/Division 1 championship game. at the high school level. And all this talent for Mastic, again, will one day probably be playing for those LICs. Massapequa has turned into a perennial contender in their own right, winning the last two. Has a great combination tackle. It was Francisco Bravo running to the perimeter and sprinting out after him, Andrew Petalino and Tyler Howard. So we'll set up 3rd and long for Mastic. A timeout taken by Massapequa. We will take a break as well on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Varsity Media is the tri-state area sports leader. We offer an array of services for any team, coach, player, athletic director, and parent. From game film to live streaming, we are available to cover your event anytime, any place. Looking for an enhanced experience? How about a professional broadcast with multiple camera angles, announcers, graphics, and instant replay? Need a highlight reel? We produce individual highlights for college recruiting and team highlight videos for end-of-season banquets. And when it comes to social media, nobody has you covered better than us. Hype videos, sideline highlights. We can tailor custom videos to make your team stand out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Why waste your time dealing with anyone else? When it comes to sports video, Varsity Media stands alone. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or online at varsitymedia.net.
So back to it on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Mastic, a crucial 3rd and 11. Massapequa looking for a big stop. Commodore rolling out, looking for room to throw. Now under pressure, a high arcing lob of a pass sails out of range of his intended target of Aiden Williams. So fantastic coverage for the Mustangs. And Mastic unable to convert. It was Peter Konstantinakos in the vicinity, the star safety for this Mustang side. And you wonder if we'll see another punt for Mastic. Remember, last time around, the snap was a little high. Jaquan Thomas was able to turn it around and make something of it. And also worth noting, we did not see Jaquan Thomas, or at least did not see him getting the ball on that last drive. He was limping a little bit after that last touchdown run. So if Thomas is out for this game, that would be a significant turning point, because he was the one guy on this Mastic roster that Massapequa has simply not had an answer to. And Thomas is normally the punter, but this time it is Sean Powers, who we haven't noted this yet, but is inexplicably wearing a red helmet. I'm curious what the story is there. But either way, the kick down. So it'll be Massapequa ball with 1:48 until the half, as we head to break on the Varsity Media Sports Network. That one was just...
Parents and athletes, why leave your college career in the hands of amateurs? Varsity Media produces professional college recruiting videos that you can use to help land a spot on the team. Our highlight reels have proven to save thousands of dollars in college tuition. You've worked hard and put the effort into your high school athletic career. Don't take any chances when it comes to your future. Varsity Media has been producing college recruiting videos since 2010. We understand what college coaches are looking for, and our attention to
So a long completion down the field from Ryan O'Connor to Peter Konstantinakos, perhaps the best offensive play on the day for Massapequa, but a flag will likely send it right back. As we just got a quick look at Jaquan Thomas. He was on the bench for Mastic. Not sure, again, the nature of the injury, but not quite. But I guess that's something we will see over the course of this game. Our sideline reporter has been slacking, but here's Jaquan Thomas just taking a look right now. Hopefully he's okay. Again, was limping a little bit after that long 70-yard touchdown run. It's normal for someone's back to get a little sore after carrying the team, but most importantly, hope that Thomas is all right. A kid, obviously, with an extraordinarily bright future Combination of size, power, speed, stiff arms, rarely seen. Ryan O'Connor, quick shot out on the screen. He was looking for Joe Brooks, but Mastic got past the line of scrimmage really quick. Aiden Williams was there to contest the pass. So a timeout taken by Massapequa. We will take a break as well on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Varsity Media is the tri-state area sports leader. We offer an array of services for any team, coach, player, athletic director, and parent. From game film to live streaming, we are available to cover your event anytime, any place. Looking for an enhanced experience? How about a professional broadcast with multiple camera angles, announcers, graphics, and instant replay? Need a highlight reel? We produce individual highlights for college recruiting and team highlight videos for end-of-season banquets. And when it comes to social media, nobody has you covered better than us. Hype videos, sideline highlights. We can tailor custom videos to make your team stand out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Why waste your time dealing with anyone else? When it comes to sports video, Varsity Media stands alone. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or online at varsitymedia.net.
So, Massapequa ball, 2nd and 15. And a pass lobbed up as he was hit. Fantastic breakup for Aces Wallace. And the pass downfield was intended for Tristan Gronk to Rossi. A hit on the quarterback as Ryan O'Connor launched that ball down the field. So now 3rd and 15. Facing the Mustangs with 1:08 to go in the second quarter. And again, with Jaquan Thomas potentially out, Massapequa has to feel like they have a little bit more of a chance in this game. Of course, you hope that Thomas is healthy and able to come back. But certainly changes the complexion of this football game. As Ryan O'Connor finds some room along the sideline on the naked boot. And we'll make this 4th down a bit more manageable for Massapequa. So we've seen the Mustangs punt a couple of times, but now with the ball at midfield, only 59 seconds on the clock, they're going to try and get this on 4th and 8. And a sack. Quick penetration by Aiden Williams, and Ryan O'Connor did all he could to keep looking down the field, stay strong in the pocket, but just not enough time. So it'll be Mastic ball in Massapequa territory. With 53 seconds to go in this first half. So we'll see what the Mastic offense has in store. Still no Jaquan Thomas. Big disappointment if you're a Mastic fan, and for probably just everyone watching is Jaquan Thomas. It's been an absolute thrill every time he touches the football. So give to Francisco Bravo. Bravo finding some room down the sideline and stepping out inside of the 20. Big burst from Bravo. Again, the future of this William Floyd program on display. And if this is any indication, that group will continue to dominate Suffolk as they fell to Walt Whitman in their conference's Suffolk championship game this past weekend, but a very bright future for the perennial powerhouse if this game is any indication. On the reverse, Sean Powers weaving through traffic and now going down. Massapequa, great job in pursuit from Tyler Howard and Tristan Tarasi. So now the clock continues to run. Not quite sure why it was stopped there. Regardless, 2nd and 12. Mastic has to go quickly as they are out of timeouts. Perhaps the final play of the half, taking a long time to get set, so most likely will be the final play of the half. The give to Bravo, and Bravo tackled along the far sideline as he was chased down by Andrew Pedalino, and that'll mark the end of half number 1. Mastic threatened late, unable to punch it in, so 21-6, the lead for the Colonials. After one half of football, Massapequa will look to get back in it after our halftime break. You're watching the 13 and under Nassau County Youth Football Championships on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Varsity Media is the tri-state area sports leader. We offer an array of services for any team, coach, player, athletic director, and parent. From game film to live streaming, we are available to cover your event anytime, any place. Looking for an enhanced experience? How about a professional broadcast with multiple camera angles, announcers, graphics, and instant replay? Need a highlight reel? We produce individual highlights for college recruiting and team highlight videos for end-of-season banquets. And when it comes to social media, nobody has you covered better than us. Hype videos, sideline highlights. We can tailor custom videos to make your team stand out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Why waste your time dealing with anyone else? When it comes to sports video, Varsity Media stands alone. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or online at varsitymedia.net.
Over the middle, he's got a man. It's complete. Ciolino. See you later. Going long, wide open. Perazzi, he gets it. Perazzi, foot raise, 10, 5, make it. Touchdown. Punch, power punch. The Frickery Rider gets it back, goes over the top for Haberman. What a catch! This Ross Simmons strips him, that's loose, and Ross Simmons is going to take this the other direction. Make it! Touchdown! Touchdown East!
It's time to get hyped with Varsity Media. We offer an array of video services sure to amp up your team. From staged preseason hype videos with custom lighting and smoke machines to sideline highlights of a big game. How can your team stand out from the crowd? Contact Varsity Media today and let us tailor something your squad will never forget. These are the best times of your life. Capture them in the most creative ways possible with the sports leader, Varsity Media. Parents and athletes, why leave your college career in the hands of amateurs? Varsity Media produces professional college recruiting videos that you can use to help land a spot on the team. Our highlight reels have proven to save thousands of dollars in college tuition. You've worked hard and put the effort into your high school athletic career. Don't take any chances when it comes to your future. Varsity Media has been producing college recruiting videos since 2010. We understand what college coaches are looking for, and our attention to detail on your highlights will separate your resume from others. Stand out from the crowd will help showcase your talents. Contact Varsity Media today and order a college recruiting video. You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports. Varsity Media is the tri-state area sports leader. We offer an array of services for any team, coach, player, athletic director, and parent. From game film to live streaming, we are available to cover your event anytime, any place. Looking for an enhanced experience? How about a professional broadcast with multiple camera angles, announcers, graphics, and instant replay? Need a highlight reel? We produce individual highlights for college recruiting and team highlight videos for end-of-season banquets. And when it comes to social media, nobody has you covered better than us. Hype videos, sideline highlights. We can tailor custom videos to make your team stand out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Why waste your time dealing with anyone else? When it comes to sports video, Varsity Media stands alone. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or online at varsitymedia.net.
Over the middle, he's got a man. It's complete. Ciolino. See you later. Going long. Wide open. Perazzi. He gets it. Perazzi. Foot raise. 10, 5. Make it. Touchdown. Punch. Counter punch. The trickery. Ryder gets it back. Goes over the top for Haberman. What a catch. This Ross Simmons strips him. That's loose. And Ross Simmons is going to take this the other direction. Make it. Touchdown. Touchdown East.
It's time to get hyped with Varsity Media. We offer an array of video services sure to amp up your team. From staged preseason hype videos with custom lighting and smoke machines to sideline highlights of a big game. How can your team stand out from the crowd? Contact Varsity Media today and let us tailor something your squad will never forget. These are the best times of your life. Capture them in the most creative ways possible with the sports leader, Varsity Media. Parents and athletes, why leave your college career in the hands of amateurs? Varsity Media produces professional college recruiting videos that you can use to help land a spot on the team. Our highlight reels have proven to save thousands of dollars in college tuition. You've worked hard and put the effort into your high school athletic career. Don't take any chances when it comes to your future. Varsity Media has been producing college recruiting videos since 2010. We understand what college coaches are looking for, and our attention to detail on your highlights will separate your resume from others. Stand out from the crowd will help showcase your talents. Contact Varsity Media today and order a college recruiting video. You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
And welcome back to the Varsity Media Sports Network. At halftime, our score, Mastic 21, Massapequa 6. Ben Turchin on with you. Pleasure to be joined with by Gavin Shaw today. First of all, Gavin, thank you for an unbelievable job that you've done here for a game and a half. Not easy to come on here and announce the game. We also, by yourself, I should say, we also want to thank everybody here today that made it possible, to the Nassau County Youth Football League administration and to Jamie specifically, and to all the different towns, Gavin, that supported Varsity Media coming out here today. It's our first time ever covering this league's championships, and it's been a lot of fun today.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we talked about it the entire day, but any team that made it here already had a fantastic accomplishment. It's so hard to get to this final day of play, and we're getting a fantastic nightcap with Mastic and Massapequa. Massapequa to get the football to open half number 2, and the Mustangs had stretches of success in that first half. That nice touchdown run from Andrew Petalino following the botched snap on the punt. So a short field touchdown for Massapequa. We'll see if they can drive the length of the field, but they have had 2 really strong kickoff returns in that first half. So we'll see what the Mustangs have in store.
So impressed with Petalino, number 33. Varsity Media knows his father very well. What an athlete, what a player. Fabio, great person, along with a lot of the parents over there on the Massapequa side. And Gavin, I received a text from his father saying, we're not out of this yet. This game is not over. So I know on that sideline, the Massapequa faithful believe they have a fighter's chance here to get back in this game.
Petalino just diving on top of that football.
And you may think that's just a routine play, but if he doesn't dive and catch that ball where he does, that could be at the 1-yard line. So you have some more breathing room there. So that's a great heads-up play by Petalino.
Absolutely, and we've seen Petalino. I mean, it's true for essentially all the guys on both these teams, but getting it done on both sides of the ball, just sprinting through traffic, taking great angles to slow down this Mastic offense that's been just spectacular through 2 quarters. And offensively, a whole lot of success running the football. So now Massapequa tries to get out to the perimeter and nothing doing on that far side, as it was Joe Brooks on the carry, but just not a lot of room to operate.
Yeah, Mastic is just providing a really tough challenge for Massapequa up front. But the best thing you can do if you're the coaching staff for Massapequa is keep coaching these boys up. Hope that you get a push up front and just get a hole, Gavin. That's all they need is a couple of holes, because the speed for Massapequa will be on display if they can get through.
Look at that Massapequa coaching staff. Ryan O'Connor trying to escape through traffic and giving Massapequa a little bit of breathing room there.
Yeah, and I know the Massapequa coaching staff, they're looking at their playbook, Gavin. They're thinking, what do we have where we can get a little bit of space here, maybe get one of our speedsters on the outside, and you never know, break one here on a 3rd down.
3rd and about 13. So O'Connor on the give, a little bit of room and a sprint out to get about halfway to first down yardage for Joe Brooks. And an injured player down for Massapequa. You don't want to see that. Tyler Howard.
Well, let's talk about the offensive line. We were just having the conversation about opening up a hole for one of their speedsters, and that's exactly what this Massapequa offensive line did. And how about the fact that you don't give up, right? You're being pushed backwards a couple of times on 1st down and 2nd down, but the wherewithal, Gavin, for this offensive line for Massapequa, that's a nice game right there.
Yeah, fantastic job. And we will take a break on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Hope Tyler Howard is all right, and check back in when we come back.
Parents and athletes, why leave your college career in the hands of amateurs? Varsity Media produces professional college recruiting videos that you can use to help land a spot on the team. Our highlight reels have proven to save thousands of dollars in college tuition. You've worked hard and put the effort into your high school athletic career. Don't take any chances when it comes to your future. Varsity Media has been producing college recruiting videos since 2010. We understand what college coaches are looking for, and our attention to detail on your highlights will separate your resume from others. Stand out from the crowd. We'll help showcase your talents. Contact Varsity Media today and order a college recruiting video.
So back to it on the Varsity Media Sports Network, and you were noting it, Ben, just a fantastic job from the Massapequa offensive line on that last run.
Yeah, on the 3rd down play, one of the lead blockers there, Nolan Weiserick, number 58, he cleared a big hole there for the running back. So now it's going to be 4th and short. You would think that Massapequa will probably go for it here, down by 2 touchdowns with 8:22 left in the third quarter. If they can come up with a play like that, they should have themselves the first down.
What do you have to lose? 1300 championships, right? You gotta play a little gutsy. You only get one opportunity at this if you're on this Massapequa side or if you're on this Mastic side in each age group. So O'Connor takes the snap, give left side. Petalino trying to find space, and I think he's going to be shot down short of the first down marker. Coming in for Mastic, Jaquan Thomas healthy again and making a big play.
It's going to be close. Nope, they're going to signal going the other way, but good effort by Massapequa there. Petalino with the speed on the outside. And you also have to give credit to the other team because they played too, and they just came up to make the tackle. But I think that was a good play call. It was a good play design. And Gavin Massapequa is going to have to play some really tough defense right now.
Yeah, and they've certainly had their moments in this game, right? It looked like all Mastic, Jaquan Thomas running all over them on that first drive. And Massapequa found answers, getting a little bit more aggressive, blitzing off the edge, caused those back-to-back fumbles from Evan Commodore. And we'll see if the Mustangs can win with a similar strategy here, but Thomas being back in the game certainly changes the equation defensively for Massapequa.
Yeah, he took a little bit of a break there in the second quarter, we noticed, but maybe some fresh legs.
With 7:54 to go in the third, Massapequa, a lot of bodies near the line, applying pressure. Give is to Thomas. Thomas looking for room left side, burst his speed, and Thomas will stroll on in for 6. And if you're Massapequa, that's hard to stop. Well positioned along the line, but give credit to Jaquan Thomas finding the open area, putting on some speed, and not even having to use that big physical frame to put it in for 6.
Yeah, and there was some good effort here by Massapequa. You see some of the players chasing from the opposite side, but Thomas was gone by the time they could even come close. Also want to congratulate Massapequa, the entire league, the entire Mustang League. What a successful year they've had to put 5 teams in the championship day. That is very impressive. I mean, they've had more teams here today, Gavin, than any other town in this league.
It's incredible, and I mean, you want to talk about a future of a high school program. We're talking about William Floyd, Massapequa. Man, they are right on the same track after not winning a county title since 1998. Back-to-back championships under Kevin Shippos as the Massapequa defense fights, but unable to keep Timothy Jackson Jr. out of the end zone on the 1-point conversion. So Mastic goes out 28-6, but very quickly, again, 20-plus years without a title for Massapequa. They won 2 in a row. And now you look at this youth program, and the future just so bright for Kevin Shippos' squad.
100%. First of all, is Kevin Shippos here right now? Because he should be scouting some of these Massapequa Mustang players because this is his future. That's number one. I say that jokingly, of course, but he might be watching on the Varsity Media Sports Network. You never know. Number 2, we have to congratulate Greg Dietrich and the entire staff for the Massapequa Mustangs because it's guys like that and the coaching staffs. We had Joe Mulligan, who's one of the coaches, was on with us with Jack Stanky earlier in the morning. The 9-year-old team had won. They're doing such a good job. And then you see it, Gavin. You see it at the high school level. Yeah. We talked about the Massapequa Chiefs, the varsity football team that just beat Oceanside for a Nassau County championship, going for a Long Island championship. Where are these players coming from? They're coming from the Massapequa Mustangs.
And you talk to all these high school coaches, especially at the Garden Cities of the world, the Massapequas, the Syosets, and like the really preeminent programs on Long Island, and say, what is the key to your consistency? And they say it starts with our youth programs. If the youth programs are good and these kids are getting taught the right way early on in their development, it is just such a massive advantage versus some other schools who learn late. And look at this run back. Joe Brooks bursting out into open space. What a return for Brooks. Just gets taken out by Sean Powers. If not, he might have still been running. But what a play by Joe Brooks. Let's take another look.
Oh, it's great formation here. The coaches do a really good job. There's the seam. And Brooks just kind of takes it himself. He just finds a little bit of a seam there.
The cutback.
And he has all those extra yards, so give Brooks credit. Just good vision there on the return.
And to your point on the coaching, that is the third significant kickoff return that Massapequa has had in this game. The blocking picture perfect every single time. And Mastic calls for time. So slow moving, but Seems like we will get a timeout for Mastic, so we'll take a quick break on the Varsity Media Sports Network with 7:12 to go in the third quarter.
Over the middle, he's got a man. It's complete. Ciolino. See you later. Going long, wide open. Perazzi. He gets it. Perazzi. Foot raise. 10, 5. Make it. Touchdown. Punch. Counter punch.
So first down for Massapequa, coming right out of your screen. It's a 1 or 2 yard gain for Andrew Pedalino, who's been fantastic.
I like Alex Van Schuyler there, number 55, staying with the block all the way to the very end. You never give up on a play, and Alex showed it right there, number 55.
I like that his nickname is Van. Most people don't go by the middle name, but when it's as cool as Van, you got to do it. And a couple yards on the run for Palladino before he gets ripped down by Jaquan Thomas.
Yeah, talk about tough running. He's doing it all. Pedalino is, he's not the biggest guy on the field, but the yardage that he fights for.
And it was well blocked on the left side of that line by Ethan Kaminsky and Joseph Shabbos, two guys we haven't gotten to highlight a whole lot, as Massapequa will take a second with, I think it's Jaquan Thomas down the field again. Not what you want to see again. Thomas hurt in the first half, came back, got a touchdown run, but now limping off again, so it has to be very, very frustrating for Jaquan Thomas. You work all year for this one game, and he's been fantastic. He certainly contributed his share, but has to be so annoying to have a little reoccurring, looks like he's grabbing his left knee, and that comes back to bite him again.
Yeah, you have to wonder if the coaches are going to let him back into the game at this point with a 3-touchdown lead, 6:30 to go in the third quarter. I mean, he'd have to really convince the coaches that he's 100%. To put him back in. But something tells me, Gavin, even though this is his last year in youth football, we may be seeing this player somewhere in Suffolk County in the years to come at the varsity, JV and varsity level.
Could be on a Varsity Media broadcast as soon as next season.
That's true.
So now the give, right side, and well blocked by Massapequa. A couple yards on the gain for Pedalino.
We talked about how strong Pedalino is. A defender comes up, grabs him by the jersey, but no, the legs continue to churn, and that wasn't enough for the tackle. Pedalino gaining extra yards even after, I think they call that yak, yards after, well, maybe they say yards after the run, because he didn't catch the ball, but he got extra yards.
Yards after contact, maybe.
Yards after contact.
I think that's what you're going for.
We'll keep it yak.
We will always keep it yak on the Varsity Media Sports Network. And Pedalino, fantastic job picking up first down yardage on the 4th and 3, the right side of that offensive line. Tristan Gronk, Tarasi, Alex Van Schuyler combining to free up some room for their back.
Yeah, right now Massapequa was finding some things working offensively. Clock a little bit their enemy right now, but the running game is working so well, you want to see them continue to do that.
So rolling right and lofting a ball down the field was O'Connor. Nothing doing as he was looking for Peter Konstantinakos.
Yeah, good idea by O'Connor looking downfield. Saw an offensive player available to him, and then a split second. Good defensive play there. But looking to throw the ball downfield, try to pick up some big yards here, a little bit closer to the first down. See if they go back to the run here on their next play.
2nd and 10 with 5:29 to go in the quarter. Rolling right is O'Connor. O'Connor had that pass tipped away. Great job by Drew Hall. Able to run in, get a right hand on that ball.
I think O'Connor bought as much time as he possibly could before getting rid of the football. He obviously felt the defender in his back, just nobody open. See another look at it here. Nice move to the left, waiting, looking, and the defense just too much pressure there that time.
So 5:17 to go in the third quarter. Quick throw out and nearly a one-handed grab. That would have been just spectacular from Joe Brooks. We actually saw Joe Brooks defensively try and pull off that same feat. Also just missed it, but that's the kind of catch you give a kid a couple of years. He'll grow a little bit, hands get a little bigger. He'll maybe be making that for Massapequa and Kevin Shippos.
Well, I'm wondering, you think Brooks said to his teammates, I'm going to do the Odell Beckham hand catch today? Just watch me? Yeah. That was his opportunity right there.
You only get so many windows. So 4th and 10 for Massapequa, pivotal play coming up. Toss wide side. Palladino has to find the edge. Well blocked ahead of him. Palladino cut down before he could find first down yardage. Aces Wallace on the tackle. Good attempt from Palladino. As we tick under 5 minutes left in the third quarter, Mastic will take over the ball.
I think the edge was set by Massapequa there. Palladino has to get to the outside a little bit wider. There was a lot of room up the field, just didn't catch it that time. I did like the play call by the coaches. I think it could have been there for a first down. Let's see if they go to that, back to that play a little bit later in this game.
He looked like he was a cut away from just bursting down that
Absolutely.
sideline.
And one thing I've noticed here in the second half, third quarter, Massapequa is doing a very good job running the football right now. So, yes, we said they're down 3 touchdowns and the clock might be working a little bit against them, but if you've got that working right now, stick to it.
Absolutely. So we'll see what the Mastic offense has in store, presumably without the services of their superstar Jaquan Thomas, but they've been effective in the run game even without him. Sean Powers, a number of big plays going down the field. So Mastic bunched in on the formation. Give up the middle and maybe a yard or two. Well defended by Massapequa as it was Josiah Laurie.
And also Alex Van Schuyler right in there making that tackle. And that was a big tackle, met him right at the line of scrimmage. Great job by this defensive line here for the Mustangs.
As Commodore sprints back on, relaying the play to his teammates. Mastic looking to add to a 22-point advantage. Massapequa brings some heat up the middle. And a nice tackle on the play by Palladino, slowing down Josiah Lohr.
Thomas Matrenga as well, number 68. I think he grabbed some jersey, slowing down the running back, letting the rest of his teammates clean up on that tackle.
You know, when you're in a big size deficit, that's kind of what you have to do. Gang tackling, one player, slow down the ball carrier, another one comes in, takes him out.
Yeah, absolutely. And to your point, Massapequa was tremendously undersized in this game. I mean, you could tell just by watching here, Mastic is a much bigger team, but the heart that Massapequa has displayed this entire game has been so impressive.
Yeah, just fighting, fighting, and fighting.
This is a team clearly that does not give up at all.
So run right side. And look at that blocking, almost surprising Massapequa that Bravo was still going. He's forced out of bounds by Nolan Wigzorek, who hustled to cover that play up, but a nice run from Bravo.
Yeah, and you like the sportsmanship by Wigzorek as well. They're picking up the running back after the tackle is made. You don't see that too often, especially at the youth level. So not only does he make the tackle, but he helps the guy up. That's nice. Thanks, Thanksgiving's coming up.
Yeah, you got to be in the holiday spirit.
Holiday spirit.
Right, generosity all around.
All around, and you're losing by three touchdowns, and you still display that kind of sportsmanship. That's impressive.
I mean, especially for a 13-year-old kid, the
right.
Normal in that situation, you'd be like, screw that, I'm upset. Like I don't like how this is going. But that's real. That's real character. It's a great point. Commodore. This time it is Aces Wallace. First time he's gotten the football and showing some explosiveness. Pushed out inside the 30. Nice hustle on the back end there by Peter Konstantinakos. I have so much fun saying that name. And he did a good job running that play down.
Yeah, one of the things Massapequa needs to figure out here quickly is how to set the edge, how not to let this Mastic team get around the outside because their speed, Gavin. Not only do they have size, they also have tremendous speed. That's a lethal combination.
Absolutely. I mean, that Jaquan Thomas is that player incarnate, right?
Yeah.
Size, speed, power.
It's not fair.
No. And we've seen, I think it's Kyle Messina at Sayville dominate Suffolk football as a freshman. I wonder if we get something similar from Jaquan Thomas next year.
That's a great point by you. We got to keep an eye on this kid.
So handoff right side. Sean Powers, again, inexplicably wearing a red helmet, showing some burst. And he gets pushed out of play by Evan Commodore.
Now, see, the exact opposite just happened there with this running back taunting the Massapequa player. You know, you don't want to see that after he made that nice run. It was a great play, but you don't have to jump over the kid and taunt. You know, the NFL is making a big stink about that where they're throwing taunting flags. Now, he got away with it over here, but still a first down and a good run by him.
So first and goal for Mastic. When we come back on the Varsity Media Sports Network, Mastic looking to extend a 22-point advantage.
Varsity Media is the tri-state area sports leader. We offer an array of services for any team, coach, player, athletic director, and parent. From game film to live streaming.
So Mastic looking to punch this ball in. Commodore rolling right under some heat. Hit as he throws. Oh, nearly picked. Joe Brooks, he only wants to catch it with one hand.
That's what I think it is.
He does not want a two-handed interception. One hand or nothing for Joe Brooks.
I think you nailed it, Gavin. Joe Brooks does not want to use two hands.
Wait, but look at this pass rush that Massapequa gets. All kinds of pressure on Commodore. Hit as he threw it. And Joe Brooks, that would have been insane if he could have pulled it off. Again, I think just a couple, Ben, you and I will be doing a game on the Varsity Media Sports Network 3 years from now, and we will see Joe Brooks pull off that one-handed interception. And we say, oh, he was practicing this back in 2021.
That's correct. I totally agree. Odell Beckham has to be his favorite player. There's no two ways around it. He's got to have that poster up in his room, right? Beckham against the Cowboys with the one-hander. That's got to be in his room right now.
We'll have that nugget for you next year when he's on Massapequa's high school team. So direct snap this time to, Jaquan Thomas back in the game.
Yeah, but what about that play?
Yeah, taken down from behind, backside pursuit from Kyle Hayes. Kyle Hayes, a guy we haven't gotten to talk about a whole lot, but his nickname is Cardinal. He's a new player on the team this year. A man of few words, but a deadly force, as we see here on this replay. Look at that immediate penetration for Hayes. And how strong do you have to be to pull down Jaquan Thomas? He's literally a helmet shorter than him. Just awesome stuff from Hayes.
One of the smallest players on the field right now, taking down the biggest.
Again, that is like the pull force on that is just ridiculous. Even if Hayes wasn't at full speed. So now another give to Hayes, and Hayes maybe not quite at 100% health, slipping up. Again, I'm a little surprised to see Hayes back in this football game given the score, but I think that's just Jaquan Hayes being a competitor and saying, hey, I only get one more game of youth football. Let me back in there. I'm going to play.
I think, I think Thomas doesn't want to come out, Gavin. That's the bottom line.
Loves the sport, loves the game. 28-6 lead for Mastic. 4th and goal when we come back to open the fourth quarter on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Is his last name Hayes or Thomas?
It's Jaquan Thomas.
Parents and athletes, why leave your college career in the hands of amateurs? Varsity Media produces professional college recruiting videos that you can use to help land a spot on the team. Our highlight reels have proven to save thousands of dollars in college tuition. You've worked hard and put the effort into your high school athletic career. Don't take any chances when it comes to your future. Varsity Media has been producing college recruiting videos since 2010. We understand what college coaches are looking for, and our attention to detail on your highlights will separate your resume from others. Stand out from the crowd. We'll help showcase your talents. Contact Varsity Media today and order a college recruiting video.
So fourth quarter about to get underway will be 4th and goal for Mastic. We've seen Jaquan Thomas, who's previously pretty unstoppable, slowed down each of the last 2 plays. Presumably that is the direction Mastic will go again.
And if you're Massapequa, you're feeling pretty confident right here. You've stopped him a couple of times. It's 4th and long, right? 4th and about 12 or so. Odds work in your favor there, and you got 10 minutes to play with here. Crazier things have happened on a football field.
So we'll see what Mastic has in store. Massapequa, a couple of great defensive plays on that second down. They also had all that pressure applied to Commodore, who was hit as he threw and then broken up by Joe Brooks in spectacular fashion. So now the toss to Thomas. Thomas trying to find space along the right sideline. Thomas cutting back, and the ball popped out. And it was recovered by Francisco Bravo. A flag on the play, so a lot going on. But what a play in the defensive backfield. We'll see who it was on the replay to just pop that ball out of Thomas's hands.
And I would imagine this is going to be holding, but they could decline it because Massapequa will get the football back, turnover on downs.
So how about that? That was an elbow from Tristan Gronk Tarasi to knock that football out. I don't think I've ever seen someone dislodge a football with the elbow like that. That was pretty interesting technique from the man they call Gronk.
Well, he lived up to his nickname on that.
Or I guess I should say the tween they call Gronk. But either way, Tristan, again, a captain and a killer. He has 2 older brothers, 1 younger brother, essentially born with a football in his hands. His love, commitment, and dedication to his teammates is unparalleled.
Well, now Massapequa has to go to work offensively here. The running game was successful in the third quarter, but with the clock now under 10 minutes, you can run. The passing game is going to be in the mix here as well, Gavin.
And we've seen Ryan O'Connor hit a really nice throw on that last drive.
But I would expect Petalino to get himself back in the mix here.
So O'Connor sacked. It looked like he was initially going to hand it off, and maybe just a miscommunication there.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a QB keeper. Mastic wasn't fooled, so give them credit, and that backs Massapequa up. A little bit more work to do here.
It was Dylan Martinez on the sack. So Massapequa, 2nd and 13 in the shadow of their own goal line.
Just got to find a running play that works. Looking for some chunk yardage.
So the give to the right side, and maybe 2 yards on the carry for Konstantinakos. Or excuse me, that was Petalino. Freeing up a little bit of space for Massapequa to work on 3rd down.
You hear the term hard yards, right? Petalino is all about the hard yards, pushing forward. And now we're faced with the 3rd and long.
Run to the left side, and look at that chase down by Jaquan Thomas. It was a good effort to try and get to the perimeter by Joe Brooks, but Thomas too big, too fast, too strong.
Yeah, and I don't know if you can go for it here. It's so far deep in your own territory. So punter is going to be it's a big job here for the punter to clear the ball out a little bit, get some breathing room here for Massapequa.
And Massapequa's had some good kicks in this game. It'll be that man Gronk Tarasi to try and send it deep.
Well, he punched it, now he gets to kick it, right? He punched the football, now he gets to kick it.
He's covering the.
When does he get to spike it?
The full bingo board of football-based anatomy. So Gronk nearly blocked, able to get it off, and that was a solid kick. Or looked like it was going to go a little further than it did, but still, great job just to get that ball off as he was under a whole lot of pressure. It was downed on the play by Alex Van Schuyler. And it'll be favorable field position for Mastic, but Massapequa was able to get the stop in a similar spot last time around, so we'll see if they can pull it off again.
Right, all you got to do is stop them 4 downs. I know easier said than done, but if you do, you get the ball back, and you'll see what happens. The clock is moving, though. That's the problem right now. 7:42 left in the game, and you're down by 3 scores. So Massapequa, you probably need a turnover at some point here, too.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, they've been opportunistic, right? Forcing 3 different, maybe 4 different fumbles in this game. If my count is off, nearly an interception if Joe Brooks had a slightly bigger right hand. But it's been some solid defense for Massapequa, and they found ways. Again, that's how you compensate. Like when you're going against a bigger team, you got to punch the ball out. You got to make scrappy plays, and they've found a way to do so. So give right up the middle and a stop for the Mustangs.
Regardless of the outcome today, once again, congratulations to the entire Massapequa Mustang organization. the 13-year-old, the 12-year-olds, even the younger kids that played earlier this morning, Gavin, the 8-year-olds and the 9-year-olds. I think we also had the 10-year-olds. There's so many teams, I lose track, I think the 10-year-olds were in as well. What an unbelievable job this Massapequa organization has done at the youth football level. We talked about it earlier in the third quarter, what it means for the future of these kids and also at the high school level, but really helping get youth football back on the map a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. And, it's just been a fantastic showing all day. We saw from Belmore avenging that early season loss to Massapequa. Now this Mastic side. You're just seeing kids who are, like, whether it's Thomas for Mastic or Palladino for Massapequa, these are kids ready to go and play high school football.
And it's not just Massapequa, by the way. Franklin Square had 2 teams here. Garden City had 2 teams here today. So it's really all around. Rockville Center, they weren't on the main field today, but they were playing behind us in a different championship. There's so many different towns, and to your point, when you have a good community that supports football at the youth level, you see the benefits for it later on. And the kids are having a great time today.
Yeah, absolutely. And, it's amazing when these kids get to high school, and some of them have been playing together for 10 years already, right? Like you're hearing kids starting at 4 and 5, and they're just ingrained in the culture, ingrained in the team. And that's where I think the best teams on the high school level separate themselves, like having that kind of consistency from year to year.
I completely agree with you, and I think that this league as well, and we want to thank the league for having us, Jamie and Gary and some of the other administrators, but this league seems to be growing. I talked to Jamie before we came on the air today, and he was making note of that. Some more towns have more teams, some different age groups. We mentioned a few that were on the field today, but there's so many towns around Nassau County that participate in this league that are worth mentioning. Long Beach has an organization. Mineola, big organization with Mineola, and Varsity Media films for some of those teams. Future's bright here for the Nassau County Youth Football League.
Absolutely. And again, year after year, you get some consistency. Like the under-12 team for Massapequa, they could be in a rematch with Belmore a year from now with that game on their minds this entire offseason. And it becomes very similar to the high school level where these amazing rivalries build up as Jaquan Thomas will run on in for his 4th touchdown. Thomas, just ridiculous. Massapequa doing all they can, but Thomas, just a different level of size and speed than what you typically see at this level.
Hard to believe that's a 13-year-old or under 13-year-old player on the field, but you're right. Sometimes when you have a player that dominant, he just takes the game over, and that's what happened in this game today here with Thomas, number 5 for Mastic.
Again, a guy you will likely see on a Varsity Media broadcast, Sports Network broadcast of a high school game very soon.
I like the point you made about the 12s. In this game next year, could be Belmore 13's Massapequa. We're developing a rivalry here.
It's similar to Massapequa and Oceanside at the high school level, right?
Yes.
Where you get these repeat matchups, you get these guys, and it's a lot of fun. Like we mentioned, the sportsmanship by and large very good. Oh, wow, look at that. A burst through the line, and was the play still live? Now Thomas is running it. I'm not quite sure what happened there. It looked like Palladino shot into the backfield, but I think he tackled someone who did not have the football. Let's take another look. That was probably the craziest play of the game. Okay, so Palladino hits Commodore. The ball pops out into the hands of Wallace. Wallace gives it to Thomas, and Thomas runs in for the 1-point conversion.
Yeah, that's when you know it's, the brakes are going with the other team today. We saw on the punt, a good punt that bounced backwards in Mastic's favor, and on that play, for it to go back to sometimes the ball bounces the other way. It goes back to the other team.
I want to go to commercial, but is there any way we can see that one more time?
Absolutely.
That was about as good as it gets. And just the initial hit. Look at this burst through the line.
Yeah. And he just picks it up.
And I misidentified. It was Kyle Hayes. It was not Palladino on that hit.
And unfortunately for Massapequa, they just didn't have anybody else around the ball because after Hayes made that play, the ball was sitting on the turf, and Thomas just picked it up.
The issue was the hit was almost too hard. It jolted the football farther than Hayes intended. So that was a heck of a – I want to see that on SportsCenter later today.
And that goes back to Massapequa not giving up. They're down 35-6 and still playing hard for Hayes to have a crushing blow like that. And you had mentioned it before. 13-year-old kids easily could just go to the sidelines pouting, hey, it doesn't look like this is going to be our night, but doesn't look like that's happening. Massapequa is still playing really hard.
And that's what you get, again, from the Garden Cities, the Massapequas. It's not just the consistency of the kids, but it's a culture being built at a very young age. Like, I was watching that Garden City team earlier today, and I was like, they're just like the high school team. It's ruthlessly efficient.
And you have to credit the coaches. I mean, every single one of the teams, from the 8s, 9s, 10s, 12s, and 13s, the staff put together. And these are volunteers, Gavin. These are parents. They're volunteers, and they do such a good job to enhance that culture that you were talking about.
Yeah, and I mean, to your point, like I'm going through the assistant coach and like, oh, that's that guy's dad, that's that guy's dad, that's that guy's dad. And it's funny, I was talking to Dan Agavino at North Shore this week, and I was like, what is the key to your program suddenly finding this rise? And he used that same term, consistency, and he said, the dads that were coaching these kids when they were 5, 6, 7, 8 years old are now making them breakfast the day before a championship game. And it's that kind of it's just the same people showing up and being there over and over again, reinforcing the same message, sometimes over 10, 12 years. And that's how you end up with a program like North Shore that historically is not great, winning their first title in about 46 seasons.
Absolutely. Yep, and the same could be true here for this Massapequa Mustangs. That the consistency is there, the coaching is there, the want to is there by the players, the attitude. It's very impressive to see.
So let's see if Massapequa can put something together here offensively. They've had very good stretches on this side of the ball. Has not resulted in a lot of good points, but it's more about moments for Massapequa. As the ball is given off, and a nice job finding room and powering forward for, I believe that was Shane 80.
And they seem to, it's unfortunate that they've fallen behind in this game because the running game, I've noticed in the second half, has worked. It's been successful.
So, excuse me, that was TJ Palladino on the carry. Good job by him, Palladino. First time we're calling his name, and that's the one upshot to a lopsided game is all these kids get to play on both sides, and that's ultimately what you want in this game, right? Down the road that you're able to say 30, 40 years later, regardless of what role you played on the team throughout the season, hey, I got on Mitchell Field for a youth championship football game as Palladino does a good job staying on his feet, but now the play is blown dead. And, yeah, go ahead, Ben.
I was going to say, unfortunately the clock is ticking under 5 minutes. That means we're going to be wrapped up here. What a day it's been for Varsity Media covering the Nassau County Youth Football Super Bowl, the league Super Bowl games, the championship games. We've been here since 8 o'clock in the morning, and we want to thank everybody. We want to thank all the teams. I know you could attest to this. We received great notes from some of the moms, photos. We put starting lineup pictures in there, and it was a awesome experience for us to just cover these games today.
Ben, you were talking to me during the week, and you were saying, you don't even have to do any of the work. The moms are going to do the work for you. They're going to do your job. And I'm like, that's awesome. I'll be there. And, credit to everyone because the information we got from all these teams was so good, and that's what makes a great broadcast.
It was cool. Everybody was so excited. Yeah. I think that's what was, it was the first time that they were going to be covered. I had stepped away earlier in the day, come to find out that some of the teams had celebration parties at local town restaurants. They're putting it on at the restaurant. Yeah. They're watching back their games because you could obviously watch back our broadcasts on our YouTube channel. By the way, if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for?
You got to do it, right?
Well, how have you not subscribed to our YouTube?
These are your kids. You got to check it out.
These are your kids.
If you're not going to watch your kids, no one else is going to.
Who else is going to watch? But it's just been a really cool day, and we're so happy that we were asked to cover it. Yeah, we can't wait for next year.
No, what a cool set. And I could say, as someone who's been broadcasting high school championships all week, this is just about as fun. Maybe not quite as dramatic, but it's so cool. Like, there's nothing but positivity with these games, right? Everyone's a winner. Everyone's doing well, and that's a fun atmosphere to be in. So a fumble on the punt, but now it's taken on the run by Tristan Tarasi, trying to make something happen. Great effort by Tarasi. Not going to pick up the first down on 4th and very long, but solid improvisation from the tween they call Gronk.
Yeah. Too bad we didn't see him score the touchdown. I was looking for the spike there. That's the only thing we're missing from Gronk.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Still 2:44 on the clock. Maybe something to defend. He did have that great forced fumble with the elbow, so that would have been worthy of a celebration in and of itself. So Mastic will probably just look to run out the clock with 2.5 minutes to go in this game. Again, many of these players next year are probably going to be immediately relevant on the high school level. You look at Jaquan Thomas on Mastic. You look at, I think, Andrew Petalino specifically on Massapequa, but also someone like Kyle Hayes, who's made play after play defensively. Ryan O'Connor, maybe the next man up in the long line of fantastic Massapequa quarterbacks with John Giller, recently being a star there. Another Ryan Hudrensky, their star quarterback this year. So it's really exciting in a couple of years to probably be doing a game and see one of these kids be like, oh yeah, he was in the youth championship. So 2:14 to go. Mastic will take their time again. Kind of an old-fashioned team, not just in their style of run game, but the long huddles every time for Mastic.
They really want to soak it all in tonight, you could say.
Yeah,
and they did come from a far, Mastic is far out there, all the way out east. They are one of the towns that is not in Nassau County, but Nassau County took them in because they were a 13-year-old team, and they didn't have anybody else to play in Suffolk, and Nassau said, hey, come on in, we'll play you.
And you love that. That is sort of the spirit of competitiveness on Long Island, that you have those Long Island championships every year, and it's two counties that are distinctly separate for the entirety of the season, but then in moments like this, you get sort of these dream matchups where in the past, people were just sort of saying, I think the Suffolk team would have been the Nassau team. I think the Nassau team would have won. We actually get to see it play out.
That's cool. True. Very good point.
I actually don't know the history. When did the Long Island Championship start? Can I throw that at you, Ben? Do you know that off the top of your head?
You're putting me on the spot.
I'm not sure either.
I should know the answer to that question, but I don't know for sure the exact year that they started the LIC.
You got to call our guy J.P. Ches, who would certainly know that off the top of his head.
Yeah, some people that could be listening are very upset with me for not knowing.
Yeah,
the answer to that.
1992 was the first
There you go.
season. Yeah.
Look at you, quick on your feet there.
Quick on my typing. So it's such a cool part of Long Island high school football. Obviously these teams don't get to compete in the state tournament on the youth level. You wouldn't even have that, but it's pretty amazing to get these games and two teams from two distinctly different areas and sort of a dream matchup. And even just you mentioned the sportsmanship, kids that would otherwise never really get to interact, never really meet each other, get an opportunity to do just that. As we close in on the final minute, again, just a fantastic day here. The Nassau County Youth Football Championship, 6 games, 6 champions, and a whole lot of fun football. It's a little reverse run for Mastic as Madison Murrell will sprint into the end zone for one final touchdown for the Colonials to wrap this victory up, unless there was a flag on the play, because now everyone seems to be walking back and looking rather sad. So I think they're taking that touchdown off the board. Not quite sure what the call was.
So, Gavin, this will be our last live football broadcast. It's been an awesome football season, and those that follow us, subscribe, should be on the lookout for basketball. That's just around the corner.
Yeah.
Some probably not this audience, but may have watched the Cardinal Hayes basketball game that I came back from the Bronx. We're going to have some Nassau County basketball coming up. So some of these towns are going to be looking forward to that, and then lacrosse season is right around the corner.
Oh, so exciting! That is where varsity media and Long Island sports in the whole really shines. And Mastic shining today. They're the champions in Nassau County, 13 and under division, a dominant 35-6 victory over Massapequa. They can celebrate and go on to the high school level with their heads held high.
Congratulations to Mastic. Also want to congratulate Massapequa on a fantastic season. No reason to hold your head down. Those boys played great. They had an unbelievable year. Congratulations to the Massapequa Mustangs again.
So that'll do it for our Varsity Media Sports Network broadcast. Mastic 35, Massapequa 6. For Ben Turchin, our entire crew here, I'm Gavin Shaw, signing off a fantastic day of football here at the Nassau Youth Football Championships.